Good evening, everyone. Let me just pin this and wait for Carla to log in so we can start. Lovely. Just waiting for Carla. All right. There we go. Hello, Carla. Let's see. Okay, let's just wait for it.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you
Talking comrades?
feeling?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm well rested.
Good? Have you recovered?
Yes, I am recovered. I should be asking you, how are you?
I don't know. Commentating is hard, hey?
Yeah, for a whole 12 hours.
You probably had to be up earlier than we did.
Yes, our call time was 3 o'clock. So I think I
Mm.
woke up around 1:30. Yeah, like 1:30.
Oh,
Yeah, because the getting ready and then at around 2:30 we had to leave. Yeah,
sure.
so yeah, but you guys also have like an early morning. What time did you guys wake up?
We woke up, I set my alarm for 3 a.m. and I got woken up at about 1:30 with the porridge being made next door.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow, so
funny.
you could hear them making porridge.
I
That
could, but I was
that
like, well, this benefits me, so it's fine.
Yeah, and I'm sure the nerves. Sleeping the day before was probably like almost impossible. Did you
Yeah, you
manage
never
to?
sleep the day before.
Yeah,
I
ne?
think, no, I got 5 hours, which was fine.
Oh, that's actually a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, 5 hours is it's all right. Yeah,
yeah,
because
I slept.
I spoke to some of the guys before the race, and everybody was just talking about the nerves.
Mm,
And I know myself, if I'm nervous, falling asleep, it's like I'm just gonna, even if I'm tired, like if you're nervous, you can just roll around the bed and you just can't get yourself to sleep.
yeah, yeah.
So how did you find it? How was it? Your eighth comrades?
It was literally the best comrades I've ever had. I've
Ooh.
never had so much fun doing a race.
Wow. Okay,
Mm.
that's contrast to what I've heard a lot of people saying. So what was fun? Like a lot of people talking about something else, but yeah, what was fun?
It was the crowds this year were insane, and I think before I haven't really used them in a race as much, but
Okay.
I kind of tried to feed off them a little bit more. And I think doing that, like high-fiving the kids and just smiling at everyone, they got a boost, then I got a boost, and it was like this awesome like cycle. And I probably didn't find it hard until like the last hour. And I'm like, it's the last hour, which was just weird. I didn't look at my watch. I didn't know what pace I was going. I
Sure.
was just running. And it was just like this, like almost perfect race, which was just wild.
Wow, that's weird because
Yeah.
leading to the race, like you had all these challenges, but I guess you took your lemons and you made lemonade plus a shot of gin.
Yeah, I think it was one of those going in. I was like, well, I've been like, there's nothing I can do differently now. I'm in the race. No one
Mm.
knows how good anyone else is going to be. You don't know where you're going to finish. So you might as well, like, I raced hard, but enjoyed it at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a nice way to do it.
And how
Not
the
all
legs
races are like
feel?
that,
Yeah.
but yeah, the legs are good, hey? Like, I went for a run yesterday and today, and they're fine, which is a bit
Jeez, how
weird.
long did you go?
Oh, like an hour.
And for you, that's probably like what? 11 Ks, 12
Yeah,
Ks?
yeah, 11, 11, 11 both
Jeez,
days. So
okay. I thought
yeah,
people are probably doing like 5 Ks right now. It's like,
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
I
because
know.
most people are probably,
Pardon?
No, no, yes, you can go.
Yeah, no, no, no. I just wanted to go and do an easy run. So it was like about an hour, felt about right.
Your easy run is
Yeah.
my room space.
Everyone has someone like that, though.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Oh, so you nicely recovered. And for someone who is now also in that recovery, I thought, recovery is supposed to be like 5Ks. So 10Ks is still like reasonable
Yeah, you just got to
after doing
keep it
comrades.
easy and
Okay.
listen to your body. Like, I tried on Wednesday. I went to actually, I'm helping some girls with the run club in Cape Town, and I went along to that, and I literally ran for 3 minutes, and my hamstrings were still too tight, and I was like, no, I'm gonna just walk and just watch the run
Oh,
that everyone's
okay.
doing. So then
When
I
was
like
this?
stopped. That was on Wednesday.
Okay.
So then I was like, no. And then yesterday when I ran, I was just I was like, this feels about right. So it's also okay to like try and run, and if it doesn't quite work, to pull it back and stop.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, but no, they feel good.
Okay. And I mean, with the running community, people like my husband, he's got like when he's told to rest, it's almost like someone's telling him go run even more. But you get those people, they've been running. I mean, you've been preparing for comrades like every day, all this mileage, all this build up. And now comrades happens, boom, and they itching, they feel like going for, the runs, they feel like going for that training. How is that supposed to look? But also just considering not like injury prevention, not overdoing it.
Mm. I do think it's a really fine balance. Moving, I think, is important to like keep your body moving, but you can do that by going for a swim or going
Mm.
for a walk, and it will look different to everyone. Um, Definitely for me, for like the rest of June, I will run, but everything will be easy. I won't do any sessions, and I won't do anything fast. Your body is still recovering from the race. And even if your legs and everything feel fine, um, all of our hormones, especially our cortisol, which is like a stress hormone in the
Mhm.
body, it's going to be elevated. So you need to give all of that, the internal stuff going on that you can't see and you can't feel, time to settle and come back into like an equilibrium. So I do think moving and stuff is great. You can go for a run, but you've got to listen to your body, and actually you can also take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Like I
Mm.
might be fine running today, tomorrow. I might go try and run tomorrow. My body's actually like, oh no, I'm still a bit tired.
Okay.
And then you have a day off. So just listen to it. But definitely we shouldn't be going and doing sessions or marathons in the next week.
Okay. And I mean, you spoke about it earlier. You said you found this comrades fun. Um,
Mm,
so that's the I think maybe you're referring to the out like the sidelines, people
yeah.
cheering people on the sidelines. But I saw on socials a lot of the guys who have actually done quite a lot of comrades marathons were saying that this was actually one of the toughest editions for them. Did you feel that in any way?
Um, No, to be honest, but I felt like I said, like the last hour was hard, but if you're running 90 kilometers, the end is going to be hard for anyone. I was very
Mm.
cautious and I was very careful with how I started the race and tried to not go too hard. And I think often people find it really tough when they like tip over the edge at the beginning and then you're clinging on for dear life. Like
Uh,
I probably overtook 500 people in the second
geez.
half of the race just from people going out too hard. But it's taken me 8 comrades to learn that. It
Uh,
takes a long time to learn how to like rein yourself in and learn how your body is feeling. So yeah, it's taken a lot of practice. And yeah, I feel like I still didn't get, there's still some things I probably went a bit too quick, a bit too soon, but that's kind of like a gamble at that point in the race I was willing to take. But yeah, it's luck of the draw. Some people, and that's what I loved about comrades and after comrades and everyone's stories the next day in the bar is that some people had the best day of their life. Some people
Mm.
had their worst day of their life. Some people loved it, they hated it, they cried. But I think whatever happened, everyone pretty much a week later wants to do it again next year. So, because everyone can do better, they want to feel great again, that they know they can run faster, they know they can get a better medal. And I think that's what's really cool about comrades. You're like, absolutely not. Like all of the guys I run with were like, nope.
Not,
This morning at
not
coffee,
gonna
they were
happen
like,
again.
sign me up.
It's like one lady, we were driving out of I don't know what to call where the finish was. So it was like the commentary team. There was Bruce, Tabo was driving, Bruce was in the passenger seat. So one of the cars next to us sees Bruce. They're like, "Hi, Bruce." So they greet him and everything. And they were like, "You know what? I took your advice. I started like a coward and I finished like a hero. But I'm
Yeah.
not doing this again." And
I
then he was like,
guarantee they've changed their mind.
he mentioned something about giving it a week or something
Yeah.
like that, and then come talk to me again.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, that's one thing about comrades, eh? And
Yeah.
then, so you were talking about the recovering. How is the recovery supposed to be looking right now for people?
I think eating lots, sleeping lots,
Ah,
like all that good stuff. But also, I think part of it is, if people have got like family and friends and you've spent a lot of the year taking time away from them to do something for you, I think now's also time to give back to all those people that you went and left for a 6 hour run. And,
yes.
you spend the time with them and almost like give back to your family and friends who've supported you throughout this journey. And I think sometimes we take that for granted a little bit, especially if like families with kids, where you're like leaving the kids with
Mm.
your partner for 6 hours. And it's not just the 6 hour run or whatever it is, it's also you're then a moron for the rest of the day. So,
Yes, you want to sleep.
yeah. So now is your time to like pay back and, enjoy some quality time with your friends and family that you've probably neglected a little bit
Yeah.
in the run up to the race.
And you know what? That's one thing about comrades, hey. So this year was my first time. So last year was my first time going to it, but I came the day before. But this year I decided I'm gonna go there a few days before just to experience the brand,
Mm,
experience comrades. And oh my goodness, the support that the athletes have. Like I felt like there were more supporters than the runners. Like it was like you're seeing little kids, and Mr. Price had all these lovely, t-shirts. I'm a supporter. I'm auntie and mommy's, it was so
yeah.
cute. But it's like so much people are behind like one athlete.
Mm,
Like what, because you need someone standing along the route, because it's a point to point. So obviously a Carla would need probably like five or plus
yeah.
people along the route waiting for you to pass and support you. And when you're talking about that, there's actually a lot of people that come. It's your family, it's your coach, it's
Mm,
the physios, all of that comes to play. And I saw some of the elite seconding. It's not a table, what was it, towels?
yeah. It's meant to
How
be a
did you find
table.
how did you find that?
So, yeah, for anyone that didn't know, our elite water bottles, we had 9 of them along the course.
Okay.
They were meant to be on tables, but the tables hadn't been delivered. So they popped them on the floor.
Mm.
They did the best with the situation. But the first one that I stood at, I bent down to grab my stuff and like my hamstrings just cramped. And I was like, oh my God. So I learned my lesson from that one. So the next time I got to one, to the nice volunteer, I was like, can you pick up bottle number 2,
Oh.
please? And then they would pick it up and give it to me because I was like, I am not bending down because if I reach down there, I'm not coming up again.
Sure.
So
Yeah, because I saw one video where Tete was actually he was in the lead and he was passing, and you're seeing these elite tables, and I'm thinking Pete is not so far back. and
Mm.
him bending and, but yeah, look, I think maybe they're going to go back to the drawing board and fix that. But
Yeah, and
overall, in
everyone was in
terms,
the same boat. Everyone was in the same boat.
yeah,
So you're like, no one
so
had an advantage.
yeah.
It was the same for everyone. So,
But how did you find the seconding of the club overall? How did you
oh, it
find
was
it?
amazing. Yeah,
Mm.
it was great. Like, it's always awesome when you run through like the Hollywood stations because everyone just goes mental. So yeah, there's so much energy. Like a couple of my favorite clubs, like Hollywood, I love running past, obviously. Fat Cats are, I think, my second favorite
Ah,
because they just go, they all look amazing and with their red lipstick, and I love their vibe, and they
oh,
go
nice.
nuts. And then Pirates were also really cool. They were all dressed up as like Where's Wally along the
Okay.
route. So like that was just like funny and kept me entertained. But yeah, the clubs, it's like I feel like it's a dance off between which club is the best.
Yeah. I think there is something like that happening.
Yeah.
And four of you guys from the purple team, whoop whoop, top 10.
Yeah.
Like Gerda mentioned, the Teletubbies,
Yep.
Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Pooh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
How was that? Like, I mean, having four of your team members, do you think that did that have any impact on you and your running, having, fellow team members in the top 10?
To be honest, I didn't really know where anyone was
Okay.
and even like what position I was in until like 60K. And then I saw a vet on the road, so then I knew where she was, and I assumed Herda was winning because she is the queen. Um, but yeah, coming to the end and seeing that four of us had come in the top 10 was insane. I was like, that's so cool.
One thing about Gerda, there was a time where I was like tracking. There was a time when she was averaging, I think, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. And the leading man, I think it was Dede, he was going at 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, whoa, girl power, this girl.
That's cool.
she's just on another level, hey?
Oh, she's insane.
Yeah, she is.
But I think there was a really good race this year, and I think it was also nice to see her racing hard and having
Mm,
like Alexandra did amazingly. Like she was on her heels. Um, so yeah, it was really cool afterwards to see how the race unfolded and that actually through that whole top 10, um, everyone was racing well. And I think that's what's really nice about Oceans and Comrades is that prize money and that gold medal goes down to 10th because it makes everyone up their game and race. Like if it's just
mm,
top three and
mm.
you're coming ninth, you're like, well, I can't really be bothered because I'm so far away from the medals, I'm probably not going to catch up those places. Where going 10, it probably the top 20 women, it keeps everyone fighting and it
Mm,
keeps the
mm.
race alive, which I think that part of like South African racing is really cool and really special.
Yes, I actually agree with that.
Mm.
Cramping,
Mm.
an athlete's nightmare during an ultra and a marathon.
Mm.
And you recently posted that you think that you might have just discovered how a person can avoid cramping during the
Yeah,
race.
so I've cramped in all of my big races for at least the last 3 years, and it's been doing my head in because I don't get it in training, I only get it in racing. And then I've been trying to think, what am I doing differently? What's happening? And I'd spoken to like the lead dietitian for Morton, and she had said it might be a long shot, but it might be taking on caffeine is like basically tipping my body over the edge in racing, and that if I stop taking caffeine, the likelihood of cramping will reduce. She's like, just try it.
Oh,
It might not work. It might work. So I was like, Oceans, I did half, and then this time I was like, and I still cramped a little bit. Comrades, I was like, right, I'm not going to take any caffeine. So I didn't take any. And then another thing that they say is like, if you start to feel cramp, you drink pickle juice, which is as disgusting as it sounds.
oof.
So and at this point, at Comrades last year, I was cramping at 30K. This year it just started at 60. I took my shot of pickle juice and it went away, and it kept on coming back a little
Really?
bit. Yeah, for like 5 to 10K, but it never turned into full cramp. And yeah, it was the first race where I was like, okay, I think I've nailed this. So finally, I'm like, for me, it was like the no caffeine pickle juice combo to
Oof.
counteract it. I don't know what the science is. I think it's probably when you have pickle juice, your body is like, that is so disgusting that
Leave me
it's got to
alone.
think about that. And like, it is as disgusting as it sounds. And I don't like pickles. So it's like someone was like, oh, it's really like, I can't do it because I don't like pickle juice. I'm like, no, I hate pickle juice, but trust me, like I hate cramp more. So I am willing
Oh
to
my
suck it
goodness.
up. But yeah, it was like insane to like find like, so I've obviously got to test it again to see if it
If it,
actually does work.
mm,
But for me, it was like, oh my God, this is actually game changing, because the cramp has been so sore in my past races that,
wow.
yeah, it was just starting to annoy me. And I was like, I can't figure this. Like, I've done so much training at the right pace. I've done so
Mm,
much strength, like, because those are normally the first two things. Like, you haven't trained at the right pace. You're not strong enough. You definitely need to address that first. But then, yeah, someone had told me about pickle juice before, and I had tried it previously, but I had taken it before the race, where you've got to take it literally as the cramp starts. You can't
wow.
take it as like before, like in the morning.
Oh,
So yeah, weird, don't understand it, but it worked. So that will now be what I do for
and how,
races going forwards.
and how much pickle juice is this? Like what, 100 mils? A sip?
Yeah, no, like less. Like it's probably 20 mils.
Oh,
You
okay.
literally just
Maybe.
need like it's just the taste of it. But it's disgusting.
Oh.
And then you smell like a pickle, because it obviously goes everywhere.
Well,
So
look,
if
it's
you're
better than
looking forward to
cramping.
finding your life partner on the route, it's probably not the right time to do it.
Oh, God. But they'll
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
So you were the eighth most tracked athlete for comrades
yeah.
out of like what,
Apparently so.
20,000, just almost
Yeah.
21,000 athletes. Yeah, you were eighth. I think you had like 5,800 or so people that were
Wow.
tracking you. And how does that feel?
Probably my mum on multiple devices. Like,
Oh,
no, it's
God.
cool. It's awesome
Um,
to know that like people want to like share the journey and are like interested in what you do, and yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, because all three of you, I think in the top 10, it was Hervé, it was you and Gerda. Well, Gerda, of course, was the most tracked.
Yeah,
Um,
I should
but
hope
yeah, it
so.
was nice. It was nice seeing that.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was nice seeing that because yeah, purple team all the way.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 gold medals
Yes.
and 8 medals overall, which
Yep.
means you are 1 gold medal away from a green number
Mm-hmm.
and 2 medals away from it, and all 2 medals away
Yes.
from a green number. Are we going for
Yeah.
that green number next year?
Yeah, it's weird because it wasn't something I'd ever set out to do, and it's kind of happened by accident. But and I'm not. It's really weird. Like I'm not like upset, like not like, oh my God, I have to get my green number. But what I
Okay.
am is like, I know I can race that race so much better that that makes me want to go back. So the green number is going to be like a really nice, I guess, like cherry on the top of learning. Like now that I feel like I've learned how to race comrades, it's going to be like part of the puzzle. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a really nice thing to get. Um, and yeah, it's cool that I'm like, if I get one more gold,
Yeah.
I'll get it, which
Then
was
you've got your
fun.
own
But
number.
I know. And I also want to collect every color medal. So, because I don't know how
Oh,
many people have got them. So I've got the last three to get, which I also want to do like over my lifetime.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
my other little side project. So yeah, the green number I think will definitely come with hopefully more gold, but also with my
Ah,
desire to have every color.
okay. So you want the Vic Clapham, the bronze, and the Bull Rowan.
No, I've got Bull Roan, so Vic Clapham bronze, and what's the last? I've got Bull Rowan, or do I just need two more?
Yeah, because it's what? It's the gold, it's the
Isabelle
Roche,
Roche. Yep,
yes.
got that. Got silver.
There's the silver,
Got
and then
Bull
it
Rowan.
is the Bull Rowan, and then it's
Got
the
that.
bronze, and then it's the Vic Clapham.
Oh, two
Oh, Robert
more.
Tinjali.
Oh
Robert
yeah,
Tinjali,
that's it.
someone. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Ah,
thank you.
thanks for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
those
Oh, that's
three.
the one. Okay. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you need those three: bronze, Roberts, and Vic Clapham. Okay.
yeah.
Nice. I've
Which I
never
think will be
heard
fun.
someone saying that. You know, people are always aiming for like the silver. It's either they're aiming for a finish,
Yeah,
or like the silver is like the medal that, the silver, you know,
yeah.
yeah, that's it.
So yeah, one day
Okay.
I'm
And then you're
going to
gonna,
be the 12-hour glitter bus for whoever
oh,
wants to join
nice.
me. You have to wear glitter to be on my bus.
Oh, I
So
think I'm going to join that bus. But
good.
running for
Thank
12
you.
hours. Oh my goodness. I need to
Well,
pack
have
lunch and
fun.
everything.
No, there's buri rolls along the way.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw others were having like biltong. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, it's like a buffet on foot. Yeah. Any other thoughts or comments that you'd like to share about your Comrades 2025 before we start going into the questions?
That's it. Let's see what the questions are.
Okay, let's see. First question. I think the biggest question for Carla is how she's feeling. How are your muscles without ignoring her mental muscles? What's next for the next 6 months? That is Ndange Tini.
So yeah, we spoke about it a little bit. Body's good, head's good. I've had a great week of basically eating. Had the best week of my life. And with what's next, I'm actually going to do some trail races for the rest of this year, which I'm really excited about. Just to do something a little bit different and mix it up a little bit before getting back in the swing of the Two Oceans Comrades cycle again. So, yeah, nice to mix it up. I will probably have to do a marathon towards the end of this year, beginning of next year to get my qualifier for Oceans.
Okay.
Um, but I'll do like a nice local Cape Town one. But yeah, looking forward to something a little bit different.
Okay. And then Musa. Hello, Musa. How was Waters Hill, Carla? Majority of us suffered there.
I actually enjoyed it there. The crowds were mental. Yeah, I thought that bit was really fun. Like all those big landmarks where the pockets of crowds were really big were was really, really, really fun. It was the bit that I struggled with was coming onto the highway and like that last bit where the crowd support is a little bit less and you're like it was getting hot and you were
Mm.
just digging deep. That was the hard bit for me.
All right. Francois, I remember. Oh, it's Franco Duplessis. I remember this guy. He asked that lovely question about that 90-kilometer challenge per day leading
Oh
to
yeah.
comrades the other year. So he's saying, I loved seeing Carla at the halfway. What a machine. And dancing emoji.
Thanks.
And then Dangetini says, congratulations to both of you. You are both doing great things on the road and behind the microphone. Thank you. Let's see. Uh, Next question. Spot Run SA. Wish it was this coming weekend. Oh my
Oh,
God. I think he's talking about
okay.
comrades being this coming
Yeah.
weekend. Jeez.
Whew, okay. I'll
But you
live
know what
through
he
you.
Sure. But you know what he did? I think he did like 3 days before. And
Mm,
he's a purple team member. Boop boop representing.
nice.
So I don't know if you know him. He's the guy that runs on the
It
spot.
runs on the spot.
Yeah. So he did 90 Ks, I think 3 days before and 2 days before. And
Sure,
then he rested the day before and he did it on the spot. And then he went and he raced the actual race on the road
sure.
on the Sunday. So that I
Wow.
found that was very impressive. So well done to him. And then Mtangentini, he was like, oh, those elite seconding towels were horrible. Okay. And then Musa's like, I also shouted for my bottle while I was coming. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess a
I
lot of
think we had
people
to.
experience that. Okay. So Spot Run is saying, I didn't see the angels this year. Anyone spotted them? Which angels?
Mm-mm.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
know.
know.
Are they like angels along the route?
I don't know. Maybe you see that when you're like dying a bit.
Ah, okay. And then Dangetini is what is she looking forward to for her last two races ahead of the green number?
Yeah, just still racing, being able to like race really hard and go out there. What I thought was really cool this year is that five of us in the top 10 were all over 40. And often people say, as you get older, you get slower, and like, when are you going to retire? And I don't know, I was very empowered that actually five women over 40 in the top 10, like showing how it's done. It's seriously impressive. And,
Mm,
it gives me a lot of confidence that actually we can still keep on performing for quite a long time. And that like really excites me. There should be no reason why we can't keep on racing hard. And yeah, that's what I want to keep on doing. But I kind of do justice over the next two, three, however many years, and keep racing as hard as I can for as long as I can.
mm, mm. Yeah, I think you've still got a lot of years in
Yeah,
your legs, eh?
loads.
Plenty. Spot run, spot run again. Doing Vic. Are you doing Vic Clapham in 2027?
Hopefully, I'm still racing for gold in 2027.
Yes. So, Mdangedini, Carla, on your 10th comrades, which is your 10th? You deserve a you deserve glitter cupcakes. So your
Well, my
10th
10th
comrades
will probably be the 100th year,
is
which is quite cool.
actually mm,
So,
glitter
yeah, that's quite cool. That,
cupcakes.
mm,
They're saying you need to have glitter cupcakes.
yeah, that's fine. I like both
Oh,
of those things.
looks like there's no more questions, but I've got another question though. So leading to this, comrades, you did like cycling, and obviously you were injured and everything.
Mm.
Um, Do you think that you're going to take some of that for your next comrades runs?
Yeah, I think I'm going to definitely keep on cycling, not as much as I was, but I really enjoyed doing something a little bit differently. And the nice thing about cycling is that you can use some of that easy training doing something different. It takes a load off your body a little bit, and it just lets you see like loads more. Like you can cover a much bigger distance, so you can kind of explore. Well, I can explore Cape Town and stuff a lot more on a bike. So I think for
Mm.
that side of it, I really enjoyed seeing different parts of Cape Town that I'd normally only see once or twice a year. I was seeing every day. So I did enjoy that, and I will be doing that more going forward. The aqua jogging in a swimming pool, not so much. That will not be continuing unless I have to. That is
And
very boring.
do you think any of that, because you were talking about that your cramping only starting at 60 Ks this year, do you think
Mm.
the cycling may have also contributed to the non-cramping, or
Um, Probably
typical
not,
just
because I have used cycling before and I still cramped. So yeah, I don't.
okay.
My hamstrings were definitely quite tight at the end of the race, and that is a result of cycling. You do get like quite tight hamstrings, so that is something that I need to make sure that I'm really working on going forward. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I don't think that is too heavily related.
All right.
Yeah.
I think there are no more questions. This seems like it was a shorter one
When
than
is
usual. I think
your
everybody.
next commentary gig?
My next commentary gig is this weekend at Spa Ladies in Durban. I'm going back
Awesome.
to the lovely warm city, which is
Yes.
so good for my skin.
Yes.
So we're back again. Yeah, we're back again in Durban.
Cool.
Yeah, the promenade. I don't think the promenade is going to be as full as it was with Comrades. Um, did you
No,
see how it looked with the shakeout runs for the Comrades?
insane.
Sure, like it
So
was.
much fun.
Sure, like I was like, wow, because we're like jogging with our purple team for the
Mm,
shakeout. And now and then you're seeing another bus of another club, and then everybody knows, everybody knows each other. Everyone's just greeting. It was just a beautiful atmosphere.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it was a
No,
beautiful
that's what's
atmosphere.
special about it. And yeah, I think we're all not quite wanting it to be next weekend, but we're definitely counting down till next year and like starting to set the intentions for our next race, which I think is cool.
Yeah, ne? Okay, so there's another question. Oh, when is Ganda Ganda? Oh, I walked into that one, right. When is Ganda Ganda doing her next race? Ah, look, I'm very fond of the Jacaranda Marathon.
Oh, nice.
Um, that happens in Pretoria in November, if I'm not mistaken, in November. I haven't been training much, and my clothes are telling me. So I
It's
need to
always a good
start
sign.
doing. Yeah. You're like,
It's
okay,
like
this
it's
doesn't
time.
fit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's winter, and you're having all this
Yeah.
comfort food.
It's good for
Um,
you.
but yeah, so my next big my next marathon, hopefully. Oh, now I really have to do it because I'm telling everyone. So my next marathon is the Jacaranda, but obviously I'll probably do a few 21s and 10Ks before leading to that. So
Awesome.
yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
You've also got a race coming in August. I think you mentioned that in August you got a race that you need to prepare for.
Yeah, I'm actually speaking to my coach tomorrow morning to finalize the racing calendar for the rest of the year. So once I've had a chat with him, I'll put it out there and let everyone know what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Ah, no more questions? I don't know. Any more questions when he's gonna, yeah. I think we are done. This was
Awesome. Well, thanks
yeah.
for the chat.
Yeah. I think people leading to comrades, there were quite a few questions because
Yeah.
people were probably nervous and
Yeah.
trying to get all that information. And now
Good.
everything is done.
Yeah.
Um, but one thing I actually wanted to ask as well is, there was a 13% DNF rate.
Mm.
And for somebody who went there, maybe it was their first time, they trying to get this thing right. What would you then advise those people who didn't get their medal but were so close, or maybe they want to try again and get that medal at Comrades?
I think just take the time to sit down and figure out why it was. And there can be lots of different reasons. It could be that you missed some key long runs and you didn't do the long enough stuff, and you need to train a little bit harder or a little bit differently next time. It could be that you had a slight weakness and you need to work on that strength and incorporate more strength and conditioning. It could be that your fueling was a bit off. If you're not fueling yourself adequately, like that is when you're going to hit the wall in the race. So it might be that you need to put in a better fueling strategy going forward. It could be that you did your qualifying race ages ago. I mean, there's loads of things like stress with family, injuries. So take the time, and it's going to be different for everyone. Sit down and figure out what it was, and then work out that plan. So, okay, I didn't quite hit all the runs that I meant to this year. Why was that? Okay, I need to give myself more time. I need to talk to work. I need to find different friends to go and run with. But you know, we all call it fail, but we all have these hiccups
Mm.
along the way. But I think if you can figure out what the reason is, or if you like missed your target for a medal, sometimes it could be that
Oh,
actually
yes.
you are just not quite there and you haven't done quite enough runs at a certain pace. So you need to like up that pace a little bit before your next run. So, take that time, sit down, make an action plan, figure out what it is, and then you have got a year to work and build on
Mm.
that. And I think being honest with yourself, or even like just talking with a friend and being like, what could it be? And just getting them to like brainstorm that with you, and you can like bounce it off each other. You can normally figure out what it was. And sometimes it's just unlucky. Like it was really hot. That heat
Mm.
towards the end of the race is going to make you at least 10 seconds per K slower. So, and there's nothing you can do about that. So
Mm.
sometimes it is also like an external element where you're like, well, it was hot, it was windy.
Mm.
Hopefully next time it won't be hot or windy. But
Mm.
also if you're like, that's something I can cross off that I had no control over, then actually the rest of your training was perfect and you can do the same again. But yeah, I think that is a good point. Sit down, take the time, figure it out, and then build on that for when your next cycle of training
Mm.
begins.
I think it's like that gent, I forgot his name now. For one of the groups, he was the last one
Mm.
to receive a silver. Sorry, for one of the groups. I don't know if it was group one or
Mm.
group two. Um, and he was trying for, I think, 4 or 5 times, or that was his fifth try to get a silver, and he just made it.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you'll try and try and
Yeah,
try, but if you give up, you're not gonna get it. But if you keep on trying, you'll eventually get there.
exactly. And like
So,
I've wanted golds at every comrades I've done. I've done 8. I've got gold at 4. I've got two Bill Rowans. I've got 2 silvers. Like every race for me has been a little bit different as well. And I think sometimes you think, oh look, it's a gold medalist. They're getting golds all the time. I certainly haven't, and it's been a roller coaster. But that's part of the fun.
mm. Look, I think Babs as well. I think her
Yeah,
first comrades, she was just don't
yeah.
know which color it was. um, Carrie Lee Himson. Oh, oh, sorry. Carrie Lee, if I'm pronouncing your name, sorry. I'm sorry for butchering your name. So, he or she saying, Carla, you are such a massive hero and inspo to me. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thanks.
Wow. Spot run, yes, we will see. He says, see you at Jacaranda. I will see you at Jacaranda. Ndanye Ndini says, not a question, more of a Carla appreciation. Congratulations, Carla, and thank you for being yourself. Many get inspired from what you do.
Thank
Ah, wow.
you.
Yes.
Cute.
And there we go. I would like to
Yeah,
say, Carla, please keep your videos coming. We enjoy your videos on social media.
good.
They are funny
They
and they keep us entertained, but they are also educational. So,
they will keep on coming.
thank
And
you.
yeah, thank you for these Q&As. I'm sure we will be back doing some more. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too. And thank you to everybody for tuning in and listening. Until the next one,
Goodbye.
goodbye.